farm up, wait for Skylar to be a threat, but it kind of feels like, and actually it doesn't feel like, it is what we're seeing right now. Geek are forcing Rrq to play their game. They're forcing them to play in the early to mid. We'll beat you out in the early, and we'll take over in the mid game, taking away that late game presence that we are used to knowing from Rrq, a team that likes to weather the storm, wait for their gold lane to stay put up until those power spikes hit. And with the X-Borg, Rrq are taking away some of those damage-dealing potential picks from Mr. Luke himself.
That's a power hero, by the way, taken away from him. I think he's found most of his success on the X-Borg, but Geek go ahead and ban out the Franco.
Interesting. For Geek, like we said, they do not want to get pulled onto individual fights. They want to have a proper 5v5. So, taking away these pick potentials, especially with Vin. We didn't see the best out of the Franco, but back then, Vin on the Franco was notorious. But with the X-Borg ban away though, I feel that was one of the big problems that they faced against Geek Fam Rrq when they had Luke just zoning Skylar away with that X-Borg. So that will no longer be a case, be a situation they have to try and deal with.
But another region is knocking here. We have some data from MPL Philippines. Rrq has become a highly respected hero in the MPL PH Season 13 playoffs. He has a 100% pick and ban rate with 30 bans and 2 picks, boasting a 100% win rate. That's
Ridiculous.
broken.
This was pre-patch though, right? It was a bit different. I mean,
Okay.
the nerfs aren't like massive or anything, but still, it's a bit different. You are still very, very sustainable in the Hellcurt. Something we were talking about from Mr. Beloy, Mr. BBB. It seems like,
Whoa!
huh? Also a Link coming through. It's a double assassin combination. Trying to shut Skylar down.
Wow. Against a Minotaur though, technically, right, on paper, the Minotaur can counter-engage really well, protect the gold lane really well, and with the Roger, by the way, getting quote-unquote buffed a bit, more defensive stats when he's going all in. You know, this is a bit more of a risky approach from Geek Fam.
Has Ray picked up a Ling yet?
This season?
According to my notes,
No.
he hasn't.
I don't think I've seen it.
I don't think we've seen him play Ling in MPL even.
Oh!
Because before he was in Dewa, oh, an Esmeralda
Wow.
for Rrq.
I mean, is it? Okay, yeah, it is. It's going for Dawn. So that will be in the EXP lane. Are they trying to counter the Harris? What's the idea of this Esmeralda in the EXP lane?
He's going to be laying against a Barats.
Interesting. And no direct counter when it comes to like stealing the shields away. But it's still a sustainable hero, and technically, with Barats not being mobile, there's a chance that the Esmeralda can kind of out-trade and out-bully the Barats in the lane. That'll be in the hands of Dawn to try and see if he can try and shut Luke down and then take that pressure elsewhere.
Well, we'll see. If the Esmeralda, it's a pocket pick of theirs that they've been saving even from the regular season, because that has been one of the ways to counter a Herod, one of the ways to counter shielding heroes. But remember, 100% win rate. Even the regular season, it was unbeatable.
Sound the horns, sound the trumpets, because the King Slayers are here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first game of this best of 5 series between Geek Fam and Rrq Hoshi.
Off the bat, 2 Purifiers on the side of Geek Fam. A boy and Chidera for sure. We'll have to see the role matchup though right here. Minotaur against Hellcurt. In the early game, what's different is that the Minotaur can actually sustain back up as long as it doesn't go for a proper all-in like this. So even if Beloyski can chunk him down, there's a chance that Vin can match his maneuvers in the early game at least to try and make sure that the Hellcurt doesn't really get out of control. Looking at the emblems by GameSmax right here though, for Chidera, Inspire and Bargain Hunter. So he's trying to go all in for that snowball, and Geek Fam make the first move.
Stampede Ray goes in, but Rat is the one who picks it up. But boy, did he flicker on it. Rat picks up first blood, and the Kingdom strikes first. Beloy forced back under his tier 1.
That's not the outcome that we're expecting. I mean, with the fact that they had a lot more to say in the early game with that composition. Oh, wait a minute. It might be 2 in the first minute of the game, but Beloyski is still going to be able to get out of that sticky situation.
I like this move from Rrq though, setting the tone, knowing that they're up against 2 assassins. They want to tell them, like, we are not trying to back down here. We're going to group together before these big moments and make sure that the assassins do get shut down.
Engage. Try to chunk him down. Vin. In the bottom lane though, Luke, you're talking about how he needs that combination. He's on a Barats, not a hero we usually know him for.
Do you think it'll work?
I feel like if his role is just to be the main front line, you can't really mess it up. But considering how fast Rrq can really move around with their composition, I feel like that Barats becomes a bit of a liability. He's just at risk of always getting caught out, chased down, and the rest of the team can't necessarily back him up. And Geek fam, they understand that they need to be able to outmaneuver and outrun Rrq, which is why you see the Quantum Charge in the hands of a Boy and Rave, and just to get around the map faster.
Rad's pulling the turtle over to his side. Luke, flicker death to his welcome, gonna be able to munch him down. Ray jumps in with the Defiant Blade, picks it up. Now another realm comes down as well. That was the blades by Ray. Dark Knight falls as well. Ray trying to pick up all the blades, will be able to do so. He gets out the Finch poised just to steal and to get away.
Okay, I thought he was going to go for another trade there onto Clay, but he's still going to be able to get out. Overall, Rrq, oh wait a minute, see?
Ooh, that's the burst potential for Geek fam. Great plays right here, really outmaneuvering Rrq, allowing Ray to get steals in the jungle as well, but look at this, whoa, Irad.
Trying to go for the shield unity, he does find it. He's trying to take that lethal away from him, but Irad still is able to secure it.
Wow, for Rrq right now, they have to be just concerned about this Barat situation because that Daytona's Welcome is a pesky tool. And the fact that it's on the EXP lane and not in the hands of the jungler means that there's a lot more ways that Geek fam can play around with this. Oh, look at this stun prediction though.
Seems we're in the minority. A turn 3-1 to Geek fam. We have the same score. A Boy wants to force the issue. Even as a Force committed down with a Synchro Fission as well. Finn jumps over the knockup. Beloyski's still able to run away for a bit, but Rrq just slows him down with the Poissons. It takes him out of the land of Dawn.
All things considered though, it's still just the roamer. But for Rrq, this also means that this is time where Beloyski is not just diving in, just threatening the backline. And look at this play, immediately cutting off Geek fam from their turret. He's gonna go for it though.
Stampede over to Vin. Rrq has rotated. Detona's Welcome. The Minus Fury used up defensively, but he'll be slain before he can even use it all the way. Geek fam secure 2 kills, equalizing on the board.
A great move from Geek fam to rotate and just pinch Rrq, knowing that they can get the catch in the back line. Rrq need to be a bit more careful with the maneuverability that Geek fam can rotate with.
Already an invade now. With Ray dealing some damage over to Irad, trying to go for the orange buff just right now. Irad with a Poissons walks over, but Ray takes it away. Did use his retry, however. 2 levels ahead, and it seems Irad cannot go for the turtle.
So what's the idea now for Rrq? Are they just going to keep on going for these team fights? Are they still going to play into the tempo of Geek? It looks like Vin might be fishing and starting to go for this next neutral objective, but with 2 level difference, can they go for the contest?
Ooh. Vin's holding it down. Irad has taken his purple buff, was able to regen quite a bit, and now uses the shield unity to rotate over again. Dark Knight falls onto Dawn. Missiles not connecting. Dawn trying to kite away. Synchro Fission in. Minus Fury though knocks him up, and Ray still finds Retribution. Now it's a 4-man knockup as they go in with like Pound. Skylar munched up by Luke. Now thrown away. A Boy comes in with another realm. Skylar gets slain by Beloyski. Play looking for that damage. The top of the blaze knocks him up. Oh, doesn't go for the kill now with the Finch boys. Dawn gets the shield. They bait it in. Finn able to cancel Ray's engage fully. Clay gets hit by the Stinger, gets a little bit more of an HP. Irad brought back by the Stampede and stabbed by Ray.
Unfortunate outcome for Rrq right there. They wanted to go for a bit more of an all-in, but Skylar getting hit by the Daytona's Welcome as he just enters that fight just means that the damage output for Rrq is immediately just demolished. And even the prolonged fight, Geek fam, you can see that how they're playing this is just so intelligent, hiding back in and out, knowing that in the short burst of trades, especially with Chidera securing the Starlium right before that fight began, they can just wait for the cooldowns, go in and output all that damage, get out and rinse and repeat. Rrq are the ones who are struggling to get an engage because they have a Minotaur. They can protect really well, but they can't really go for these catches.
Seems they lack that chase potential, right? A few of those members were low, but when Skylar jumps in, he gets counter engaged on by damage, not by CC.
And look at the items as well. Dawn going with the Enchanted Talisman. He actually did the most damage in the previous fight, but look at this.
Dawn just disappeared on the Esmeralda. You're supposed to be sustainable in there. He just got melted down. Your Rad's next on the chopping block. A full damage composition is working. Clay forced to use the defensive Tempest of Blades. That's a good Minions Fury, but it's onto another realm as that's Lycan Pounce coming down from Skyler, picks up a shutdown, but now gets ran down inside of the tier 2 Clay. Falls as well. Slowly but surely, Geek Fam just take all the members down.
The Kingslayers mean a business here. They trade 4 for only Beloyski. And look at the instant space that they have achieved. They are knocking on the doorstep of the kingdom right now. Picking up a turret in this mid side will dictate the fact that they have more map pressure to play with on those side lanes and the objectives.
It's crazy that if you think Rrq, they have the box here. They want to be rotating around the map just a lot more aggressively. They're just getting fully outmaneuvered by Geek. And again, you can see that they're caught in these fights like 2v5. Geek Fam just finding ways to be together and now going for the turtle.
Shadow Stampede onto Don again as Zaman Force gets popped in, but he has to purify now as his welcome gets used up and Chidera just melts Don away with Ray picking up the turtle for free. Rad slice down. Ray is going mad in the back with the Finch Poise trying to chase him, but Geek Fam decide to back away. It's a 3-0 on top of the turtle.
It's brutal. It's
That
brutal.
damage,
Geek,
man.
they played that team fight so well, layering all the resources they were able to get, and even Clay wasn't able to utilize the ultimate coming in from Helkert, from the Faramis, to be able to find an edge in that team fight. And that's a 7.6k gold lead now for Geek.
Going from bad to worse for Rrq right here. The fact that Dawn, only with the Enchanted Talisman here, is just so squishy when he gets bursted down by everyone altogether. So he can't really do the same thing he's been doing since the beginning of this game. He's trying to be like a bit of a different version of a CC. They can do some damage. They can be elusive here, slippery in these fights with the Purify as well. But you can't purify that damage, man, with Chidera picking up the Feather of Heaven as well. He is just nuking down Dawn before he can even react.
Then you have Ray dealing physical damage. You got magical damage, you got physical damage. It's just so hard for Rrq. They have frontliners, but what do the frontliners even build at this point? It's 8 minutes in the game, and they're conflicted. We want to handle the Hereth, that's a problem. Or Ray and Beloyski, that's going to be an even bigger problem for our backline.
And you know, it seems like Geek want to go for the team fights with the Netherrealm, but if you look at their composition and the way they're building, Helkert and Link can technically do a bit of DPS. They're not really skill reliant, and the Link has the has calls as well. Well, they're going in.
Chidera just diving deep, and Ray goes in as well. That's a stolen Netherrealm, but now he gets knocked up. No, he's able to dash out just in time. Ray trying to chase him down. Ray! What an assassination in the back, and Vin jumps in onto 4, but no one's there to follow it up. He went in all alone, and now Dawn and Skyler are left to defend the 2 side laners of Rrq.
What is Ray on in the playoffs? I mean, week number 9, impressive. Wait a second, was that a mistake?
Oh, Skyler trying to flicker out, but he gets munched on Luke. You cannot run away from that Detina's welcome.
This is so unfortunate. Just everything going wrong for our Rrq Hoshi right now. And looks like Irad gets pulled back in as well. Oh, look at the damage!
Almost taking the tank down just like that. Dawn can't even walk even further here. And Ray, meanwhile, even I was surprised. He took the Lord all by himself with the Finch Poise. Just rotates over after going for the kills. What is this man on? This is his true retribution.
The retribution just coming out of nowhere. And look at his build, like I was saying, he has the Has Claws, the Berserker's Fury, now the Sea Halberd as well. If you leave him alone, it's not just a danger when he can go in with the Tempest of Blades and go for the skill-based damage. You leave him alone, that DPS, like you saw earlier, being able to just 1v1 the Lord, no issue. That's a lot of problems for Rrq, and I don't think they have enough time to deal with this, because Chidera also picked up the Holy Crystal, so the burst damage, the survivability, they have to really find a big moment here if they do want to extend this game even longer.
3-man SWAT in their souls after this welcome straight in, and they can't even get the Netherrealm down before Chidera bursts him out. It's still in his Zaman Force, they're fighting. A boy gets a Ghost Burster. Skyler's running for the hills on the Lycan form, and Don will just succumb to that Dino. Game 1, the King Slayers.
They take it. They take game number 1 from Rrq Hoshi in a very dominant fashion, controlling from the early stage of the game. And the one person that honestly caught me by surprise is Ray. He was written down in the regular season. A lot of comparisons between him as well as Hazel. People saying that Hazel is the better jungler, but honestly, his performance today. And remember, this should be his debut in the playoffs.